In this series of special 25 AV interviews, we'll be digging deeper into each artistic pair's collaboration and their resulting work. For this interview, we're speaking with Bucharest-based freelance director and animator Diana Gradinaru and Brussels-based producer, DJ and writer Dana Kuehr. The pair of you recently connected through Instagram, and it was actually specifically for this project. Can you tell us a bit about that?
So yes, it's actually a funny story, a very serendipitous story. I learned about 25 AV through Kiosk Radio, who's also spearheading the project. And I wanted to find a partner who is a visual designer outside of Belgium, but I'm from the States and I've only lived in Brussels. So I don't have so many connections, immediate connections that come to mind in visual design outside of Belgium. And so I started talking to one of my best friends living in LA, who had just seen Diana's exhibition in Berlin. And we were talking about it, and I sort of checked out her work, checked out her Instagram, thought it was really cool what she does with animation and drawing and 2D design, and also some plunging in consciousness, plunging examples. I'm sure Diana can talk more about that, but I just slid into her Instagram direct messages and was like, hey, this is random, but there's this small grant coming up. I love your work. I would love to partner with you. And it was I was just feeling courageous that day. And it was really cool that she responded positively and was open for it. So yeah, that's how we got to know each other. And it was very much for this project specifically and only.
Yeah, I was so grateful and happy when Dana reached out. It's definitely one of the more positive aspects of this crazy, ever evolving technological world we live in. And it was wonderful just to not only to share ideas and get to know each other, but also just on a personal level to see how other people, different countries, try to exist in this crazy art space we all try to inhabit. And talking to Dana was wonderful because we just discovered that we have a lot of commonalities, or we found out what commonalities we have. It's quite weird, with a complete stranger. It's like, where do you reach, the common ground? And we discovered we had a big interest in literature. And Dana suggested some of the novels she was reading at the time. I think one of them was Otessa Moashveg's La Bona. And yeah, we just kind of took it from there. Not necessarily pulling out any specific narrative themes from those novels, but more it just kind of spearheaded this conversation about memory and time and space, and ideas that we could use maybe a bit more subliminally or in our own way. But yeah, it was definitely a great bouncing off point.
Aside from finding that you had common ground on, in respect to novels, etc., you also have a creative parallel in your work that you both like to blend old and new technologies and processes. How did that manifest within your work?
I think we wanted to create an aesthetic of uncanniness, where things exist at the edge of familiarity, and by combining old and new technologies and also kind of retrofitted aesthetics with more robotic sci-fi forms, we got to a point where we just wanted the viewer and the listener to kind of be kept at the brink of the unexpected. So by using all of these elements, hyper-realist polydimensional forms, photorealism, more cartoony elements, and a very discombobulating soundscape that kind of juts around between the soft and the stiff and the still, we are able to bring things from the past and pull them into an unfamiliar future, and hopefully put the viewer in a state of mind where they're not exactly sure where they are, but it definitely looks familiar.
I think, yeah, this blending of old and new technologies manifested in the most prominent way when we talk about how we were inspired by a lot of the novels we've read, and this Ursula K. Le Guin translation of the Tao Te Ching. We both read it around the same time, and this is like an ancient text in Eastern spirituality, and so yeah, you can say that's like the oldest, and a novel and a translation is like the oldest sort of technology that we have. And now here we are, two people connected basically only virtually. We've never even been in the same room together, and we're collaborating on bringing those ideas and symbolisms and feelings that we had in reading those ancient texts and bringing that into a new world. And as Diana was saying, like building a new world based on those kind of notions.
To find out more about Dana and Diana's collaboration and watch their AV work in full, head to 25av.eu.